fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions. Fact, don't ask, grab reactions. Jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused. Call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. And now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Dorzaya, or Junto, who, with the assistance of Flora, he is going to speak to the Elven King. And he's even revealed to this man a few things about what is going to happen next. Now, the king, he schemed, and he used his daughter as a pawn to try and ensure the survival of his race if this boy is truly the next one to be a demon lord. Now, he took these precautions because of the way history has repeated itself time and time again. The Demon Lord is a dragon slayer. The Demon Lord, they possess unknown amounts of power. They're courageous, they're ferocious, merciless, and they have no room in their hearts for any form of mercy. And their goals, well, they're always a mystery. Now, Midoriya, he did reveal to the king a few things. His goals, quote-unquote, do sound noble. This man is going to be the one to execute and destroy half of the population on the planet. However, the way he makes it out to be, he's not going after innocent people. In fact, it sounds like he's trying to make a utopia, a paradise birthed from blood. Now, with that being said, he did then get sent out of his body by the king, since to gain access to the knowledge of the elves, one must possess a certain trait, or pass a test, if I shall say, without giving too much away. Now, with all that, we do have Junto, who he is currently sitting on top of a rock in his spiritual body. And he is thinking. Him falling backwards through the rock and flying through the air. Okay. This is pretty annoying. I don't understand. Not a single ounce of time has passed. However, for me, it feels like it's been days. Him looking at a butterfly that's flapping its wings. He's stared at this one before. He knows it. Its wings still look perfectly still. However, he knows that there's some form of movement there. Now, he feels like he's perceiving time faster than light, or just as fast. There's no shadow underneath him, there's no shadows moving, and the sun's exactly where it was in the day. So, he's been looking and trying to understand exactly what this so-called thing he's supposed to find is. He's looked through the entire forest. He can't get back in the city. And it's quite a bother. Midoriya, he does think that the king may have set him up. This is some elaborate form of torture in hell, isn't it? It has to be. Now, he does go back to sitting down, as we do have something that has happened. Time and time again, I fall for these tricks. My first mistake was trusting people. My second mistake was thinking that I can defend them. Thinking that they were worth it. Is this how it's just going to go? Over and over again, repeat after repeat? I'm not even a slave anymore. I'm just not even human. Then again, I was gonna become a demon, wasn't I? Maybe that goal was too fucking far-fetched anyways. Now, he does begin to at least feel sadness, as he does feel something tug at his chest, and he does go to look down, seeing that there is a red string. What the hell? Him going to try and swat it away or grab it, finding that he can actually touch it. What the? Him going to pull on it, as he does begin to start flying that direction and follow where the string does lead. Now, he is quite confused. Him following it and seeing exactly what's going on, flying through trees and going through different areas, until he does find a cave. The hell? I could have swore this wasn't here. Now, he does actually feel himself drop onto the ground, as he does try to take flight once again. The hell? This is new. Now, he does go to reach out and directly try to pick something up, finding that he can touch a rock and somewhat move it. However, he has to use all the strength in his body to at least just move it an inch. What the heck? I don't think that's supposed to happen. Then again, I think I'm being told to go in here. Now, he does begin to walk in. As he does so, somebody they do stand at the entrance, sitting down on a rock as he does see them. Ah, I see. You must be the one sent here, aren't you? Yes. I already know who you are. No explanations needed. Really? And who might you be? I am the keeper of the forest, the keeper of knowledge. I was blessed by a magical power. In fact, you could even call me the keeper of the knowledge. What? I am the saint of the library. In fact, I'm curious about you. What? Yes, yes. Your goals. Your soul is blackened and dark. However, somewhere inside there is a white light. Your ideals, they're noble in execution and idea. However, the sacrifices that it will cost you, I do not believe that you would want them to be worth it. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the past, present, and future. What? Yes. The past, present, and future. I do not see time as a straight line. The past is the past, the present is the present, that is where you are, and the future is your tomorrow. In fact, that is just the thing. I exist outside of your realm of possibility. And that is how the library has been able to be preserved for so long, surviving many upon many of extinctions. I see. So does that mean that all the knowledge is there? No, not all of it. Small things have affected it. Changes in, well, the timeline, upon with even what does happen soon. What happens soon? Yes, there's going to be another calamity. Another extinction. I see. Well, what does that mean? That means that some of the knowledge will be destroyed once more. I do not have control over it. However, I do just keep the knowledge. I will maintain what is left until there is nothing. That is all I can do. Don't you think that it's a bit counterproductive? Speak what you mean. You're trying to protect everything, right? Yes, that is correct. But you have no problem with it being destroyed. Yes, that is the way of nature, the way of this planet, the way of this simple existence. Ah, okay. So I'm supposed to find you? Was that it? To get into the library? Hmm. I see. You wish to enter the vessel. The vessel? Yes. I am both a manifestation of the library and its keeper at the same time. However, at the same time, it's also a curse I've been imbued with. However, I did see it as a gift. Hmm? You're contradicting yourself. Yes, I do tend to do that. I apologize if I am making this difficult. Okay, I see that. Anyways, how do I get into the library? Well, I wish to assess your noble heart. I wish to know what you are. I will pick you apart, then I'll put you back together. I will experience what you have experienced, and I'll see if I can justify your actions. Now, the person is going to stand up, and he does going to bring his hands up. You fight? Yes. It's all I've ever known. Hmm? No, it is not. I do not believe that is true. Hmm? There's something there from before you fought. What was it? These ideas you had. Explain them to me. Now, he does just look at him, as the man does ask him a question. What is his true name? Hmm? My name? My name's Junto. Hmm? No, it is not. That is a lie. And if you do say that your name is Dorziah, I would not believe you. Hmm? Your true name. You are very secretive about it. However, I do believe that this sacrifice will be exactly what I do need. Hmm? Sacrifice? Yes. You must give me your name. Then I will permit you to enter the library. It is a simple little thing. And in return, I will take your name and give you something. What? Yes. I will take your name. It is a piece of your soul, a piece of your very being. Once I give it back to you, you will understand. However, you also have some confusion. You will know for a fact that this is something you can't live without. However, at the same time, you very well do not need. So, do you accept these terms? Wait, you're saying I'll forget my actual name? Yes, it is payment. But memories you do have, they will still be there. However, they will feel complicated. Every time your name has been mentioned, you won't know what it was. In fact, if I did have to say something, it would either be hard for you to understand, or you simply just don't know what they said. A jumble of sounds, if you would. Or, well, screams. Hmm? That's difficult. Hmm? I understand. A heavy toll, but one everyone must pay. That sounds. It's certainly possible for me to give you that name. Junto's the one I'm more comfortable with. And then Dorzaya, that's another name well, it's not one I like, but when she says it, it does at least give me some comfort in it. Hmm? There is one that you love? Hmm? Yes. Does she know this name? No, no one does. In fact, no one in this world has ever heard my name, and I haven't spoken it in a long time. It's just up here in my head. Hmm. A rarity, in fact. Even if I do have to say so, one of a kind. That does mean that your gift will be better. Now, the person would walk up to him, bringing out their hand and informing him that he will receive his gift once he makes his way back towards the kingdom. And he should be aware this is going to cost him this peace of mind he does have in it. Hmm? Alright, but I'll be allowed access to the library? Yes. Along with that, there is at least another thing you do need. Hmm? Now, the person would shake his hand, as the being in front of him does smile. Now, Deku, he does feel his name get taken away. All of his memories, they feel changed, they feel foggy, they feel strange. And then, well, he does hear about a unique skill acquired before he's flung back out of this cave. Now, this is where he does return back into his body. The moment he was flung backwards, he does go to throw out his hands and catch himself. The king, quite surprised that he's back. I see. Young man, do you remember who you are? Uh, yeah, I'm Junto. That's strange. What happened? Yes, well, you'll receive access to the library, Junto. Hmm? Thank you. Hmm? That's strange. He shouldn't know that name. He should be confused. Wait a minute. Now, as the Junto does go to stand, he does look strange. He feels like something's missing. He can't tell what it is. Now, he is unaware of the changes that have happened, and he very well might not be aware for a long time. As you actually have Laura, who does stare at him confused. Wait, Junto? Yeah? What's up? How do you remember Laura? I'm going to bring up his hand. This is tricky. I would bestow upon you a name myself, but it appears I cannot. Now, the king he does try to think. The boy he did talk about how he was washed up on a river. So, this does somewhat make sense. He never truly knew his name, and Junta was the one he went by. That means any possibility of him remembering it is gone. Now, you do have where Junto, he is told that he is allowed access to the library, as him and Laura do head that way. Her trying to ask him questions about what happened. As they do enter the library. Now, we do cut back over to Lee, where the clone, he does look around somewhat confused for a second, looking down at his hands as Lita's going to open her mouth. Master Junto? Yeah? You stopped talking for a minute. Oh, sorry. What was I saying? Oh, we're heading to the blacksmith and getting something? Right, specialized gear. Now, Junto and Lee, they do head to a blacksmith, as he does inform the man about what he once built. And the man he does find to be quite fascinating. He's asking for the heaviest metal possible. And usually this metal is used in buildings and to secure, well, armor pieces, since it's so durable and tough. However, the request that he's hearing is different. He wants it put into specialized leather straps and even pieces on the leg. However, he's also asking for a way to put it on his sword. Now, it was quite a strange request. However, he did listen to it, since the man did pay a good amount of money for it. As Lee, she does get arm weights and ankle weights. Along with that, she does even get something, or, well, a small vest that was made after, at least she did seem to be very easy and free moving with the weight. Now, you'd even have her swords. The blacksmith he offered to reforge her a set out of the metal they're using. However, she did decline immediately and explain that she doesn't want new blades. And Junto himself did inform the man to please just make the required, well, thing. Now, he would have done so. As he does, slip these pieces onto the sword. And Lee does look at them. As Junto himself does go to bring up his hands and do something with a piece of metal. As he does bend this piece of metal around her sword and the metal that was put on there. And she just stared at it kind of confused. Now, she does look at her weapon. It went from a measly 5 to 7 pounds to now being around at least triple that weight. And she's very confused when she's going to pick it up, and it does feel very heavy. Now, she does ask about that. Master, exactly what's going on? Well, that's about 200 pounds strapped to your body, along with your swords. So, this is part of your training. Why? I feel so slow. Easy. Grow accustomed to moving with all that weight. That's how we're going to be training you today. Then, what we're going to do is quite simple. We're going to take you out on a hunting trip. The vest you probably won't need. I will be there to supervise in case anything does go wrong. But, sir, I don't think I can move like this. Alright, then I guess training's over for the day. Wait! Now, he does look back her way, as she's trying to drag her swords behind her with her arms, well, dragging behind her as well. Him looking at that, he is going to bring up his hand. Walking back over to her and taking one of the blades. Her confused, he does tell her, as he does throw it over his shoulder, that he'll at least carry one for her. If she can't carry one on her own, then this is going to be very good training for her. Does she understand? Now, she does stare up at her master, as he does spin around and go to walk the other direction. Her, at least, trying to straighten up a bit more and take a few more steps, as she's beginning her own weight training. Now, we do actually have over with Belle and Tori, who they do resume back into time, and Dorziah, he does move out of the way of both of their attacks. Before he does go stepping backwards and actually trip. As he does so, he does fall on his ass, and then look around confused. Huh? Now, as does happen, you actually do have Tori who does go to bring up her blade and directly put it next to his throat. Are you alright? Yeah. Sorry, I just spaced out for a minute. Junto, are you okay? Yeah, Belle, I'm fine. I just feel like something slipped my mind. Now, with that being said, you do actually have where they do take their break. and Tori, she does want to ask a few questions to this man, as he does give her a few answers that are very strange to her. Now, he does even inform her about her weapons and her own little skills. He wants to teach both of them magic, and he does believe that since, well, you know, Belle stopping, well, she doesn't really use her staff very much, and that magical stone she does have is fairly expensive. He might be able to use, or at least help her, put it to better use. I'm talking about forging both of them magical weapons, that they would allow them to use magical skills. However, they do need to know the skills first to be able to channel the power into the weapon. Now, both of them are quite surprised. As you have where Junto, he does go to step up and pull a blade that does look quite similar to his Demon Lord sword. And both of them they do stare at it. Belle asking how it's possible for him to have that. Oh no, this is, well, different. In fact, I did have something like this made for my own little training. Training? You train by yourself, Master? Yes, I do. Along with that, well, these are a little bit special. Now, he does go to bring up his hand, as he does look in his inventory and go to use a multi-skill technique. Now, he does combine his blade slashing attack with his fire attack, or his fireball magic. The two mixing together as he does hold up his hand, and fire is being to start shooting from the blade. I'm going to bring up his hand and go to slash across. Then watching as a blade of fire does shoot out and cut through the air. Now, this is quite intriguing, and both of them they were quite surprised, as he would turn around and inform them that that is called a combo skill. Really? Yeah, they're fairly weird. Along with that, it takes a lot of concentration, even for me. So, I do believe that I can teach both of you them. Really? Now, you do have where Dorzai, he does inform Belle that since she does at least have the basics of Fireball down, I'm going to pull a weapon out from behind his back. And we're going to try to use this thing. Now, she just stared down at this blade. It's a straight-edged sword, and she's wondering where he got it from. Now, he does then look over at Tori, and tell her that if she does have difficulties with this, then they're going to at least have to try and teach her magic first. I know some things about magic. Do you now? Now, Dorzai, he does watch her try and fail, as she keeps trying to do the attack over and over again at the air. And he does just stare at this. Now, he does do one thing. Walking over to where he was seated, grabbing the mug of water, walking over and pouring it on the back of Tori's neck. Her, well, surprised how cold it was, as she does then turn and try and swing at him. Him dodging out of the way and informing her that she is stuck. No, I'm not. Now, as she'd go to swing, Dorzai, he does move her blade and push it with some force. As it does swing her body around, and it does go directly grab her by her shoulder. Now, this is quite the surprise. As he did grab her by her right shoulder, he doesn't go to bring his hand out and grab her by her hands, which are holding her weapon out in front of her. Alright, now, you focused yet? You calmed down a bit? Don't patronize me. I'm not. You don't know shit about this. Anyways. Now, he does inform to try and channel her mana. And if she does have difficulties with that, to let him know. Now, she does stare at him. She really does hate this guy. Now, as she does stare at him, she does find it to be quite confusing. Looking down at her hands as she just feels something glowing. Now, it's quite strange. Josiah, as he does hold onto her hands, he does go to bring out the axe and show her that the slice is very simple. Now, she's very confused by it. It's basically just imbuing a weapon with magic. That's it for a slash. And then there's the fact that you throw in an element after that. You charge fire magic in your hands and hold onto this weapon. And then showing her exactly how to do a fire slash. And she's very confused. As you have where he does go to let go of her hands and tell her to try it herself. What? You weren't paying attention, were you? I was. Then go for it. Her sitting there frozen. Wait, he already showed her? Shit! Wait, why wasn't she paying attention? Was it because she was staring at him? Why? He poured water on her, then he just showed her how to do that. This is strange. Now, she's very confused. As you have Belle, who she did feel kind of jealous. And she did want to at least show Dorzaya her progress. Now, she picked up this magical skill almost immediately. Since channeling fire magic, that was the strange thing. She did just think of it like a staff, and to her surprise, it did work. Her doing a fiery slash and showing Dorzaya. Him watching it just cut through the air and actually catch a tree on fire. Him bringing his hand up and blasting ice magic in that direction. Telling her that was good, but she needs to at least try on a lower level spell. Sorry, don't jump just straight to level 7, Belle. Wait, level 7? You were able to use a level 7 spell? Yeah, I think so. Is that impressive? Yes, no one in our family's been able to do that. Not even our parents. Now, you know where she does then somewhat frown. She was excited for her sister. But, well, it's strange. She was often than not the fighter and the rebellious one, while her sister studied the magic their family didn't know. It's very bad and strange, and at the same time it also does annoy her. Now, with that being said, I do believe that this is a good point to leave this what if off of. And I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing day. Catch you guys in the next part.